Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
And we're back bringing you all our thoughts on everything happening in nerd culture. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Another
Pretty
week, another week for nerdy things. Have you guys been doing a lot of nerdy things this week?
I would guess.
I have. Okay. Should I go first this time then?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I've been watching a lot of stuff. Well, first I'll start. I've been playing Elden Ring still, very actively. So, I think last time we recorded, where did I say I was last time? I think it was in Raya Lucaria. Yes. So I have since cleared then. I have cleared Raya Lucaria. I've cleared the Carrion Manor, and I am now in Caelid. My worst, and I'm not having a good time in Caelid. So just trying to like get through that zone as quickly as possible, but Caelid sucks. So that's where I am right now. Just constantly trying to avoid large rabid dog things and scary birds.
Oh, yeah, dinosaurs.
Yeah, so I'm in there. But yeah, I'm still having fun with the game. It took me 2 tries to beat Renala, so I'm doing much better the second time around because the first time it took me like 20 times to beat Renala. So
Nice.
leveling up there. Yeah, and I haven't gotten to any bosses in Caelid yet, so I'm just playing through there. So I'm hoping to be out of that zone soon, but we'll see. So I've been playing that. Wait, sorry, was somebody about to say something?
No, I'm just saying cool. That's dope.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
Yes. I'm serious about finishing. When are you gonna pick the game back up again, Jaja?
There's my backlog is heavy right now.
Sure. Backlogs. That's everyone's excuse. Anyway, that's my excuse too. What else? So I watched the first episode of DaDan, which I have a lot of thoughts on. So if no one else watched it, I could talk about it. Actually, I'll wait to talk about it. I have a lot of thoughts. And I'll get to it when I get to it. I also watched the first episode of Uzumaki. Do you guys know what that show is?
Yeah, I didn't know it was out yet.
I didn't watch it though.
Yeah, so it's out. The first episode's out. I think the second episode comes out today. So I started watching that. It's very interesting. It's very creepy. But I like it. It's cool. So I'm looking forward to keep on watching that. What else? I finished Tower of God. Tower of God season 2 is over. So I'm caught up. The end of the season was good. It just took a long time to get there. But the end of the season was good, so it's making me look forward to season 3. Or I think there's gonna be a movie actually before season 3. I heard that a movie was gonna come out in Japan. So we'll see. But I'm done with that. I finished also My Dear Friend Nakatan, which is just like a ridiculous comedy anime. So I got that. I finished that, and that was fun. And now ready to dive into the October of anime shows.
You've been watching everything.
I have. I've also been watching Agatha all along. I'm in the middle of this current week. So I'm not fully caught up, but I've been watching that too. I don't think either of you would like this show, but I like it. I like it. It's cool. Well, maybe, I don't know, Jaja, you tend to like things that a lot of the masses don't like. So what was I about to say? Yeah, so I'm liking it though. It's like very different. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Lots of nerdy things for me.
Plenty of things.
What about you guys? Who wants to go next?
I got my list here. I'll go ahead and go. So I watched the first episode of Oshinoko.
Oh, finally.
Yeah. I don't know why I was so far behind. I forgot it was even coming out. So yeah, I watched that. I did watch the first episode of DaDan too. So
oh my
we can
God.
talk about
Okay.
that a little bit later.
We'll definitely talk about it. I'm very interested to know what you think, James.
Yeah, and then Bleach and Blue Lock started. I didn't get to those yet, but I'm watching those right after this. Still been watching Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm just about done. It's I'm in the last arc for sure. I want to say I have like 10 episodes or so left, or maybe even less than that. I'm in the hundreds now, and I think it's 112. So
oh, you're almost there.
Yeah, just about done. I've been flying through that. That's pretty much all I've been watching. I watched a little bit of Gintama subbed just because I wanted to see if it was worth watching sub, but yeah, I usually watch it like as I'm going to bed, so that's not a good idea. Did not play much Wukong this week. I played like 30 minutes, but I beat.
Oh,
I
dang.
want to say
You
like
said you were
3 or
going to be
so
done.
bosses. Yeah, I was not in a gaming mood. And then I picked it up. I was like, I might as well go ahead and finish it. And yeah, I probably beat like three bosses and I put it down. And then
Yeah.
once I was in a gaming mood though, this was like later in the week, probably like Thursday, Friday. I picked up for some reason Overwatch 2. So I jumped back into that. So I was on Overwatch heavy over the weekend.
Mm,
Um Having some fun. The My Hero stuff is not out yet. I didn't know they had so many different anime collabs already. So they have Cowboy Bebop, they have characters in there, One Punch Man. My Hero is coming. And then not anime, but they have a Transformers collab in there. So
nice.
um
Oh,
yeah, I didn't realize so much different content for Overwatch 2 going on. But same old Overwatch, toxic as ever. But hey, I've been playing that. And that's pretty much all my nerdy things.
Nice.
okay. All right. I'll start off with a mobile game that I checked out, the
Mhm.
Pokemon TCG.
Okay.
They came out with the trading card game where you can like collect cards and trade and battle on the phone, and it's pretty cool. It's it's very similar to other online card games. I haven't like really been playing it a lot. I just checked it out and I thought it was pretty dope. It did just make me want to go back and play Marvel Snap though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm got a lot of cards in that, so I'm already invested in that game. They just dropped a game that I've been dying to play on Game Pass, Sifu.
Mhm.
So I've been checking that out. You guys know what that game is?
No.
Yeah, it's
It's
that
like
karate game where it's like a roguelike, I think, and you age every time you die.
yeah,
What?
it's pretty cool. It's like you're
Interesting.
going, it's a roguelike game, and this guy he's trying to get revenge for something that happened when he was really young. So he's on a mission to take out like the big like mafias triad, whatever you want to call them in this game. And you just beat it's a hack, you're just beating up a whole bunch of people in a really cool like Bruce Lee martial arts style. There's a lot of combos and stuff you could do. And every time you die, you age. So you get older and I think your attack goes up and your health goes down and your face changes as you age and it's pretty dope. It's a pretty cool game. Um
Interesting.
watched a couple episodes of One Piece. I watched the new episode of Rick and Morty and the anime and things are starting to come together. They're starting to like reveal some of the stuff and boy was this show like a trip. Like
But you're still, do
even
you
in
still
the
not like it?
reveal. I mean, I would have to like I think I would have to go back and rewatch it to say whether I like it or not. But it's so Rick and Morty like that it I don't know how to explain it. Like the explanation is just so complex and ridiculous about the multiverse and the timeline and what's going on in the show. So there's like spoiler alert, people, if you want to skip 10 seconds, it's not going to be that big. There's like a time loop going on.
Okay.
And you find that out and you're like, oh, okay, that's what's happening with all these multiverses. And they're trying to figure out whether to break the time loop or keep it going. And yeah, I would have to go back and rewatch everything to figure out all the because it's like memento style clues they've been dropping.
Mhm.
But anyway, it's Rick and Morty to the fullest. It's not really that funny. It's more like drama driven, and you try to figure out. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I need to I feel because I'm trying to figure out what to say. Like the show is trying to make it seem like the explanation is so smart that it's like you know how more Rick is trying to be is the smartest guy in the show. So it's like it
Yeah.
plays into that a little bit. That too much, I feel like, because you don't understand what's going on in the first 6, 7 episodes. So
Mm.
anyway, moving on. Um, I watched the first episode of The Penguin. Everybody
Oh,
was going
okay.
crazy about that. So instead of watching Uzumaki, I think they're both on Max, right?
Yep. Hmm.
I watched The Penguin just to see what everybody's talking about. And when I saw there was only one episode, I'm like, everybody's going crazy over
They
one
were.
episode.
They
So
were.
yeah, had to watch it. And I am on the Penguin hype train.
Oh, okay.
Penguin is not one of my favorite Batman villains, and what they're doing with this show might boost him up a
Yeah.
couple slots. So without spoiling too much, it's like a Soprano style show. So yeah, I highly recommend watching The Penguin. I think there should be like 3 episodes out by now.
Yeah. I think it surprised
Um,
everyone, really. I don't know if
yeah,
anyone was really expecting it to be that way, but I heard Colin Farrell is great in it, so
he's putting on a show for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Um, and then I watched, what else did I watch? Oh, I watched this anime, binged it the whole first season this week. Wisteria, Wands and Sword.
Oh, that one, people have been talking about that one. Yeah. That's on my
I feel
list.
like James, did you recommend that a couple weeks ago?
Nah, I'd heard of it, but I hadn't actually seen it.
Oh,
Do you like
listen,
it?
y'all have to watch this
Yeah,
show.
I heard it was good. It was on my list. I was gonna watch that next, actually. That's like my
It
next, yeah.
is on my anime of the year list.
Really?
Very high. Very high. I cannot think of a show. Like I would have to look at the list of names of other shows, but just like it's
I'm sure it's
incredible.
on my watch list.
So what made me watch it is I read this article. I should have sent it. It was saying this the main character in the show like kind of is reminiscent of Naruto, the way he has like the talk jitsu. I forgot what they called it in the article. But you know how Naruto can like talk his way into your heart and just like get you on his side without even like fighting. This show is very similar to that. So the main character is awesome. I love the main character in the show.
Okay.
So I highly recommend it without spoiling anything. I'll wait till you guys watch it. I watched like I want to like 10 episodes in a day and I had to pause. I was like, give me the last 3. Let me save something for the next day. But I
All right.
just blazed through.
Yeah, I heard
The
nothing but good things about that show, so I will watch.
had to
It's
had
on
to
my
It's
list.
on
watch
my
the two
watch list
episodes.
now.
I had to watch the last episodes subbed. That's how good it was. I could not wait for the dub. Not at all. Anyway, and then um yeah, Shannon, you were saying that I kind of like stuff that people don't like,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, kind of.
I
A
think
little.
a lot of people would agree with you with this Rings of Power show. Surprising.
Okay.
So
Are you saying a
Rings
lot
of
of people
Power
don't like Rings
finished.
of Power?
Rings of Power finished.
Uh-huh.
I've been raving about this show for 7-8 weeks. I've been enjoying it. So I guess my YouTube has been picking up on. I mean, my phone has been listening to me rave about this show and decided to play a joke on me. So they've been feeding me, or maybe there's just not a lot of good reviews on YouTube of this show, but there are like a million people on YouTube just going crazy, ripping this show apart. Like worse than like Morbius. Like I haven't seen. They're like saying this is the worst adaptation they've
I've been
ever
seeing
seen.
similar things.
They said
Yes.
the authors hate Tolkien. They're
Yeah.
like the plot
Hmm.
doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense.
I've been seeing that too.
There's inconsistencies.
Yeah.
They're fast traveling everywhere.
Oh
The acting
no.
sucks. The story's totally different. Like
Yikes.
everything you could possibly say bad about this show, they're saying.
Yep. I've
And
seen
I
I've seen it.
agree, and I agree with like 75% of it. But
75%
I,
of the bad reviews you agree with.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like what they're saying, like I can't really argue with them because, I mean, you got to go into it with the mindset that the writers were not trying to follow the book script. Like that was not. Yeah, they're gonna like base it on the universe and try to keep the plot loosely what
Isn't
it
it
was, but
isn't it
they're
a prequel
not.
though? Is there a book that this is based off of? Or is this just
Yeah,
imaginative
Tolkien's
based off of
books.
the
He wrote a bunch. He wrote about all this stuff. Yeah, from the
Okay.
first age, second age, third age. I think this is the second age that we're in,
Okay.
where the Rings of Power is.
Okay.
So, um, yeah. So they're like ripping the show apart. But the last episode, after the episode, they had the interview with the showrunners.
Mhm.
I forget both their names, but they had mentioned that they were consulting with Simon Tolkien.
Okay.
So they had the blessing of a Tolkien.
Yeah.
So that was a big deal to me. And the way they were talking in the interview, they were not trying to stick to the book. They
Yeah.
had certain things that they wanted to happen in the plot, and then they were going to wiggle their way there. And so, yeah, this is some multiverse, alternate timeline type thing. You got to look at it like that. And yeah, this is fantasy too. So yeah, they're fast traveling. Oh, they're fast traveling. I'm talking about Go, the way there's a lot of critiques you can make about this show, but I enjoyed watching it. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it a lot,
But
and yeah,
I mean, adaptations don't need to like exactly follow the source material. Like people are allowed to deviate for their own creative vision. Like they now like when now making the show, like they now have the rights to the intellectual property. So it's like why are
like
people getting
it's
so
similar to what
mad?
they did with One Piece. You know, like One Piece, they hit the story beats, but like the in betweens are way different than the actual anime.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Um, I just think that people need to be more open-minded because like is the story plot is the story bad or are people just mad that like
no,
it's not
I like
following?
the plot. I like the
Okay. Okay.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Um, people are just mad then that it's not following the books. I
pretty
mean,
much.
I'm sure that Star
Usually what
Wars
it
is not
is.
following the books either. So, but then again, like Star Wars
Mhm.
fans are all they do is complain as well.
And
So,
since it's not following the book, they're nitpicking at everything they could possibly nitpick at. And I mean, yeah, it's TV. Everybody got an opinion. So
yeah, they definitely do. All right. Well,
that's it for my nerdy things.
Rings of Power is still on my list though, so I will watch it. Thanks, Jaja, for being a strong Rings of Power advocate. Amazon should sponsor us. Um,
Mhm.
oh, I forgot to mention something that I did yesterday, as a nerdy thing. So I went to like a murder mystery thing, which was cool. So it was like an activity. So like we got tickets for it or whatever. And it was like one of those things that you see in like a TV show or a movie or in like that episode of The Office. So like they give you a character and like there's like a story. Like everyone has a character. There's like 30 people there. Everyone has a character. And then like there's a story that plays out and like someone dies and then like you have to like find out like who in the room of the 30 people like killed the character. So everyone has like a character and like a backstory and like their own secrets that they're not really supposed to share. And then like they give you like goals and stuff that you have to do by like talking to people and like figuring out like what their secrets are. And like goals you have to do for your own character. And then like you get to like when you complete goals, you get like cash, like fake money, and then that you get to buy clues with like if you have a certain amount of money. It was really cool. So I had a lot of fun doing that. Um so I just wanted to mention that. That was like a cool
That
thing that I like
sounds
I've never actually seen, but it was like in life, but like I've seen it in like on like TV shows before. It was fun.
yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it was
Does.
definitely it was definitely interesting. It was a good way to like it's a good way to like meet people too. It was like you end up just like talking to people. And it was very fun. So I did that yesterday.
Did you
Um
win?
no. I didn't. I was my guess because like you have to just like put in a guess by the end. It was like 2 hour long event. I was pretty sure that I had the right person, but like I didn't. There were a lot of characters though, and like a lot of the characters seemed to have motive, so it was kind of hard to like really piece together who did it. Like you really needed to like talk to people and like get deep into like what their character stories are to like really figure it out. Only one person guessed who the murderer was correctly, so yeah, one out of the 30. So but it was cool
Did
though.
you, the person who was the murderer, did you have a conversation with them?
I did, and I did not get murderer vibes from them. Actually, they did seem a little sketchy, so maybe. But I would talk to way more. I talked to other people that seemed way more sketchy, so I could have sworn like it was somebody else. So he did a good job like throwing people off the radar. Clearly, if only one person guessed him
Right.
correctly. My character also murdered somebody, but they didn't murder the main. They didn't murder like the main person that was murdered. So that was fun.
Did a lot of
Um,
people guess you?
they did. A lot of people did accuse me of murder.
You're out there moving sketchy, huh?
No, because like people get clues and like the clues might be about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
So like,
gotcha.
so I did murder somebody. So like people did suspect me of murder, but I was not the only one there that was a murderer. So there were other people that have murdered other people too. But it was very fun. So I enjoyed that a lot. Um, cool. Let's get into some nerd news for this week. We'll start with PS5 Pro pre-orders in Japan, restricted to PSN accounts only. And this is to combat what's happening here in the ghetto USA of people buying and reselling the consoles at like double, triple the amount that it costs. So yeah, in Japan you have to have a PSN account. and you have to have at least 30 hours of playtime registered on that PSN account in order for you to qualify to buy a 30th PS5 Pro Anniversary Edition, which is $1,000, which I did not know it cost that much. Kind of crazy. Do you guys agree with this?
I do actually. I think it's helping combat the scalpers. So I think the PS5 Pro, the 30th edition for sure is for the like the fans, the diehard
Yeah.
fans. So it's not for
Mhm.
like someone that doesn't have a PS5 at all. Like,
Yeah.
oh, let me jump in with the 30th anniversary limited edition version of it. So
Yeah.
it's definitely for like a collector fan. So that's why it's a little bit more expensive for sure. And then a little definitely more limited.
Yeah.
But limiting it to people that have PSN accounts already with 30 hours. I think it was 30 hours from 10 years ago. So if over 10 years you haven't accumulated 30 hours on PSN, you're
Yeah.
definitely a scalper. You're not
Yeah, for sure.
you're not the actual target audience. You're
Yeah.
just looking to make a
It's
flip.
yeah, but yeah, between 2014 and 2024, you've had to have at least 30 hours. Yeah. Which
So
is
I want to push
Mhm.
back on that.
Okay.
I want to push back heavy on that because I feel like, what if I wanted to buy this?
That's why
I
you
played
jumping in.
I played PS1. I'm sure my PSN account don't have 30 hours on it, and this is nostalgic to me too.
Well, technically you could buy it here. This is just Japan. But
Yeah,
if you
no,
did live in
I'm
Japan,
just,
you'd be out of
yeah,
luck, Jaja. I'm sorry.
I'm just pushing back. I don't
That's
think
a good
that's
double-edged
very
sword though.
fair, but I
Yeah.
get the whole scalping thing, but I don't know about just regulating it to PSN accounts. Like, what if I didn't have a PSN account? I still don't think it's fair.
Mm.
Well, if you did want a PS5 or PS5 Pro, those are still available for you. But
But
this one particular iteration, leave it for the fans.
leave it for the fans, Jaja, not the converters. Anyway, but no, I'm sorry. But they're only selling 12,300 of these. So like I understand that they're really trying to like keep it out of the scalper's hand because like there's only so much that they're selling. So they don't want
Yeah,
like a full half or like a third of their stock to go to scalpers who are then
it's
trying
just
to
gonna
rip
sit
people
on
off.
shelves being
And
unappreciated.
y'all don't think the fans are gonna be having these on eBay and do the same exact thing the scalpers do?
I
Well,
hope
it's
not.
a step in the right direction. I
Yeah.
mean, of course, you're not going to ward off all the scalpers with, any attempts, but like, of course, you're definitely going to see somebody selling it somewhere, even if it came from Japan. But I think it's a step in the right direction for sure.
Yeah. I think so too. Um, it's kind of like Comic-Con doing fan verification, which is an annoying process, but it was to keep people from like buying and reselling Comic-Con tickets. Like buying up
Yeah,
all the Comic-Con stock.
I'd rather you do something like that, like ID verification, so they know like how many a person. Like if you're buying 20 fucking, you're buying
That's
20
true
of them,
though. Yeah, I
then
think that's
that's
a
a
better
slap.
way. Yeah. Just limit it to one console, like a registered by per registered fan. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it is registered to your PSN account, which
Mm.
of course you can make multiple PSN accounts for sure. But
Sure.
then
Yeah.
at that point, you'd have to pay for multiple PSN accounts. So I
Yeah.
think that kind of wards people off. But yeah, I think attaching it to your ID, I don't know if they can do that one
And you need the
for
30
physical
hours of
sales, but
gameplay, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
30 hours of gameplay from the last 10 years though, which I think is the easy thing to have said you completed.
Yeah, across two. But
I
I
might
do
have
how,
30
how they
hours of
didn't announce
gameplay.
that ahead of time. Because if they would have announced it ahead of time, people would have been prepping for
Yeah,
that.
for
I
sure.
probably have 30 hours of gameplay just for my times on DC Universe Online, probably.
Mm, yeah. Oh, so look, so you're in crowd. You would have been able to buy one if you wanted one
Yeah, in Japan.
in Japan, right? Because again, this is not in the US, but something that they should have thought about doing here before they all scalp them all. Because they're like sold
No,
out, right? Is everything sold out here?
It's all sold out.
probably.
Dang.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't really,
I'm gonna go on eBay
I
right
wouldn't
now and see
mind
what they're
owning
trying
one
to
of
sell
these.
these for. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind owning one either, just because it's
Yeah, I
cool.
I actively wanted the controller. Well, I still do actively want the controller, but it's still the pre-order. So once it officially releases, I'm sure I'll probably have to buy one from a scalper somewhere, or maybe
Yeah.
I'll get lucky and find it at a retailer.
Wait, it was still on pre-order? Oh, so the pre-orders are sold out. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, they're not making any more, of course. But the controllers, I think they'll have more stock for sure once it actually comes out. But
Yeah.
the actual console, the anniversary edition console version, the bundle package at least, I highly doubt there'll be more of those.
Yeah. Here it goes right now, $3,500 48.50. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
38.50, $5,000. Jesus Lord. Shame on you, scalpers.
Yeah, but this is the bundle version, so it's not just the console and the controller. It's like a console controller. It comes with a stand, the carrying
Yeah.
case. So it's all that stuff. So that's why that's also part of why it's a little bit more marked up. But
Oh, I guess so. Whatever.
bundles usually
No,
are a
even
little
no,
bit
but
more
this
expensive.
bundle though, I feel like it's what's in it? A stand, two
Console,
controllers.
yeah, two controllers, carrying case, and a controller stand, I think.
That doesn't bring the resale value up to that doesn't justify $5,000 resale value. That's just
No, not
greed
at
right
all.
there.
Yeah,
That
that
that is just
scalpers just
pure
are out of their mind.
greed. That is crazy. Nobody buy that, please. That scalper
Please don't.
deserves
Yeah.
to just not have anyone pay for that. They're also doing a 30th edition portal, PlayStation Portal, which is cool too. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know you were considering, Shannon. Maybe this will be the one you need.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. I'm
Oh,
not
damn.
getting it. I did my research. I looked up reviews. Some people say it runs really well. Some people said that it was unplayable. It really just depends on your Wi-Fi connection. But like, I'm gonna be mad if I take it somewhere with me and I can't play it. I can't play it because the
Yeah, that'll
Wi-Fi's
suck.
bad. Yeah, that would suck. So I'm good. I will just play my PlayStation when I'm home. Um, Speaking of more things, so moving on to more Sony news. Sony has delisted the original Horizon Zero Dawn. We talked about this last week that Horizon's getting a remaster. And if you already owned Horizon, you'd be able to upgrade for $10 when it comes out. But if you didn't own Horizon at all, the original has been delisted on PC. And it's also forcing you to have a PSN account to purchase the remaster, which I think this was a problem already with what was that game? Helldivers?
Helldivers. Yeah.
Yes. So, and I thought that issue was resolved. I thought that Sony like backed off of that, but I guess not.
Yeah,
Did
they
they not?
changed their mind. Well, for Helldivers, they changed their mind because it got review bombed severely, which it deserved because why would you do that? And then they said, all right, never mind. So then I don't know if it fully recovered from that. People don't really talk about that game anymore, but
Yeah.
I do think changing back, like adding that requirement in the first place was a little ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. But
This pisses me off because I had planned to buy Horizon Zero Dawn on PC, and it
mm,
was something like $15, I think, or $20 maybe I've seen it for.
yeah, but
And I
now you
just
have
never
to
got
buy.
around to it.
Yeah.
And now I gotta link my PCSN account to this to just yeah, no.
And now you're gonna have
Stupid.
to pay like $60 or however much the remaster is
Or
when it
I'm
comes
just
out.
not gonna get it. They just lost the sale. That's what they did.
But that's what's gonna they're gonna lose a lot of sales then. Like that's
Yeah, that's why this is dumb.
yeah. Well, Sony does a lot of dumb things. So I'm not even surprised by this
Sony
at
and
all.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like
They're
not.
both dropping the ball right now. I'm disappointed in both of them.
Yes, actually, yes. This is a disappointing week for Sony and Nintendo. For sure. But yeah, it doesn't really make sense. Like, but I don't like why are you requiring people to have a PSN account to play this on PC? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Um, but yeah, they're expecting this game to get review bombed too when it comes out.
Yeah.
So we'll
I'm
see.
sure some old dude in a suit who doesn't even play games made this decision, and now everyone has to live with it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's like how a majority of the decisions get made. Are there any real gamers sitting at the top of these companies? I don't know.
I highly doubt it.
I don't think so. Um,
At
Maybe that's what
Xbox there is.
huh?
At Xbox there is Phil
I
Spencer and
mean,
Sarah Bowman.
yeah. Yeah. I mean that makes sense.
I
But
can't
at
talk
these
about anybody higher than them.
but at these other companies where all they're doing is making greedy, weird decisions, then you can just guess that. Definitely Nintendo. Um, but yeah, we'll see what on October 31st when this game comes out, we'll talk about on that podcast that week if
Yeah.
we're getting
And
reports that
I'll
we get
have
a
played it,
refund.
I think.
You, I hope so. Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
are getting it. Yes.
Well, I
Okay.
still have my Horizon Zero Dawn that I did download, so I do
Yeah.
still have access to that.
I
Unless
have
they
that
come
game
out
as
and change
well.
their mind and say, never mind, you got to buy it. Then I will be
Yeah.
playing it.
Maybe that'll be my next game. Maybe I'll be done with Elden Ring by then. I'm probably not gonna be, but I'll see. We'll see. Um, cool. So yeah, speaking of Nintendo, also as well as Sony, Nintendo going after YouTube accounts which show its games being emulated, which is a little crazy, Nintendo. I think they're unraveling a little bit there. I don't know what's going on over there.
So yeah, this channel in particular, Retro Game Corps, I follow for years. I watch them on a like weekly basis because, like I said, I told y'all there's so many of these retro handhelds that come out, and he's one of the guys that reviews all of them,
Mm-hmm.
all. Of them. So yeah, so he does a pretty good job. And I had seen when this first came out, he said, "Yeah, Nintendo hit me with a strike." And at first, it was like, okay, Nintendo hit you with a strike. They always do that to people, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they hit him again with another strike, so that's when it was like, and then everybody else started talking about it, and I was like, oh wow, this is becoming like a big thing. So yeah, apparently he showed some Nintendo gameplay while he's doing his demonstration on the handheld, and
Mm-hmm.
he likes to show like his favorite games, which happen to be Nintendo games. And sometimes there'll be Switch games, sometimes there'll be old games. So I guess, but this is all about game preservation, trying to preserve the games and stuff. And unfortunately, there are Switch emulators, and you can. But he owns all the games. Obviously, he's not
Yeah.
promoting like um ripping the games and stuff. Like he owns and everything he's demonstrating. Like so, and he's not telling people where to get the ROMs and everything. He's literally demonstrating the handheld. So yeah, Nintendo, I don't know what they're trying to do with this. It seems like they're
Be
mad at
greedy.
their people playing the Switch. Oh, so the thing with the Switch emulator is that it runs better than the Switch. like
Yeah.
like functionally, graphically, it's better. Like if you have the specs, whatever device you're using it on, if it's more powerful than the Switch, then it's gonna run better. So a lot of people might prefer to play it through the emulator than to play it on the native device. So maybe that's what they have an issue with. Or to me, I think they're gearing up for the Switch 2 announcement. I think that has to do with this.
That might be it
So
too. You know what? That would explain a lot. Get all this
Yeah.
stupid competition out of here before we release our
um,
mid-tier console. Yes. That that is I see that. I
I
see
was
that
just
for
thinking
sure.
they were strapped for cash or something.
Okay. Um, yeah, they love to sue people. Clearly they have the money to do it since they're trying to go after literally every single little person that like it just I don't know. It's
Yeah, don't come after us.
did we yeah, let me not mention that I played Zelda on my Steam Deck. Oops. Actually, I'm gonna
what a sad day we live in.
I'm gonna bleep that out, actually. Don't come after me, Nintendo. Um, but
And apparently, the type of strike that they did on his channel is like the one that people normally don't do. Like they usually do the first option, which is to like arbitrate something and possibly like even make money off of the person who violated whatever. But the second one is to like just take down their video and they lose monetization on that. And I think after three of those strikes, your whole YouTube
yeah,
channel gets deleted.
your whole channel's gonna
So
get
Mm.
it's a serious thing. He has like I think two of those strikes from Nintendo, if not one. So he's like taking it very, very seriously.
yeah.
This is like his livelihood. So he's still making videos, but yeah, he's not going to show any more Nintendo gameplay at all.
I would do the same thing if I was him.
Yeah, could you blame them?
Yeah, for sure. Um, but amid all the Nintendo storms, Power World, even though they are currently in the middle of being sued by Nintendo, is still finding a way to thrive with um with their game. They have signed a deal for a mobile version. And also the PS5 version of the game, which we talked about last week, was delayed in Japan, has come out in Japan now. So
Oh
it seems
yeah,
like, yeah, it did. So they're rolling now, and they're signing a deal for a mobile version, which is cool for the people that like to play mobile
hmm,
games. Um,
interesting.
yeah. Wait, which part? All of it? All of
Yeah,
it's
because
interesting.
like if it released in Japan, I would expect Nintendo to back down.
No, of course not.
No,
Why would they? They're not going to back down from that lawsuit. They have money to
yeah,
waste.
everybody is like we said last week. I think that a lot of people are speculating that the actual patent that they're going after is the mechanic of like catching and maybe the shape of the ball and
Hmm.
the thing being in the ball. But like, yeah, there's too many differences between them two for this to stick, I think. And then the whole mobile deal is another sign I feel like that this isn't gonna stick.
Yeah.
Or if it sticks, they're just gonna pay off Nintendo. Like Power probably made enough money to pay off whatever they gotta pay off
You
if they
think
have to
so?
pay anything off. Yeah, they like a billion times their money. Like
Yeah. Yeah, but still, that's a huge waste of money that they could be putting towards resources like
that's
finishing
but
like
that's what
completing the game.
that's what Nintendo's trying to do. They just
Yeah.
trying to like make
Yeah.
it tough for the developer. I don't know. You know.
Yeah. But
And then there's
um
another game that's coming out. Oh my God, I wish I had the name of it. I think it's called Miro. It begins with an M, but it's a copy of Power,
what
and it's coming out for mobile.
is
I'm gonna
it?
get the name of it.
It's interesting. That's
Yeah, I feel
really
like this will
interesting.
probably change into just its own genre, like open world monster catching kind of thing.
Yeah.
If it already isn't.
I mean, it definitely is because like we've seen a lot of like these Pokemon like copies, and I think that it definitely is
Maribo,
strong.
Miraibo, Maribo Go. It's a mobile game that's coming out. It's on, I think it's on pre whatever
What is it?
registration right now.
How do you spell it?
Miraibo.
RA. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, this
exactly
definitely
like
looks
Power Road. It's like a
100% what this
rip.
is.
So if Power Road's strapped for cash, they can always sue these people for copying
It's
them.
going to be a vicious cycle.
It is, right? It's kind of ironic too.
it's 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 this one doesn't even try to like
Yeah,
it's a straight rip.
this is an exact replication. Interesting. Interesting.
So the
Um,
plot thickens on the whole Power Road story.
Yeah, just
wow.
goes to show that there's actually a lane for this though. Like people want to have a survival type
Yeah.
Listen,
of
that's
How
game
the
to
many?
play.
crazy part. There's been a lane. Like I
Okay,
can sit here and name literally like 30 different games that people
yeah.
play, from Nexomon to um oh there's listen, I can get a list of like 25 of them. There's a whole YouTube channel that I follow that follows these roguelike games, and there's more coming out.
Yeah.
What's the one I just played on Game Pass with the tape decks?
I don't know.
I forgot that one. There's like three of them on Game Pass alone. Like I'm telling you, like there's too many of this game for them to sue Power. They should have been tried to stop that.
But how many? I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is a very specific type of niche. Like really, like how many of these games are you gonna play with the same concept of like catching monsters? Like I feel
I
like it'll get old
personally
If you
fast.
tried
like
like
this kind of game, you're looking for more of them.
I guess
I
y'all have been buying
personally
Pokemon
tried
games for like 30 years. So I guess
I
like
personally tried like at least like 15 different ones.
15 different ones.
Yeah, easily.
Okay. That's a lot.
If you like this, if you like monster catching and training and battling, like yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Um, but yeah, it's very interesting. We're gonna keep a close eye on that. See how many other things pop up. Any more video game news before we move on?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Well, classic cartoons are disappearing from Max, as they continue to slash things off their platform.
A
Um,
shame.
and what they call a regular content upgrade. But Steven Universe, which is a very beloved show, don't know why they would take that off their platform. What else? The regular show, um,
Sick.
Chowder, We Bare Bears, and The Amazing World of Gumball. I only really care about two of these shows, but yeah, they're both gone off the platform. I think you can still watch them somewhere else though. Like you might be able to watch it on Hulu or like Paramount or like somewhere else. But if you don't have those other streaming services, then it kind of sucks. But
I was watching Chowder actually, but like up until it got taken off. So it'll be
yeah,
like my mindless watch kind of thing. But yeah, I
yeah,
was watching Chowder. I watched all of the regular show on Max.
yeah.
Um, Actually, The Amazing World of Gumball, I watched all of it up there too. And then I was gonna watch Steven Universe eventually, but I guess I waited too long. So now I will never know. what happens
No,
in
but
Steven Universe.
I feel like you can watch Steven Universe somewhere else though. Let's see.
Yeah, it probably is.
I think you can watch it on Hulu. Yeah, you can. You can watch it on Hulu or and apparently Disney Plus if you have any of
Oh,
those things.
okay.
But yeah, they're continuing to take things off their platform. If you guys remember before when they first merged with Warner Bros, they deleted tons of stuff off their platform, which you can never watch, which you can't watch anywhere else. Like a lot of their originals too. Like I remember when they took Westworld off of there, just like a whole bunch of stuff that was gone. So first people thought this was a glitch, but it's not because they even updated their kids and family graphic on Max. They had like it was a photo of like Bugs Bunny and Steven Universe character and what's this blue cat's name from that show? I forget. But they've updated it and now it's Bugs Bunny, Fred Flintstones, and a Care Bear. I don't understand how they still have the Flintstones on Max, but they took off all of these other cartoons that are a lot more relevant to the generation now, but that's cool.
Oh yeah. I heard the Boomerang channel is leaving.
Yeah, they're axing that too. But like, why?
I
People
think
love
they're just encouraging piracy. That's what I think is going on.
I think so too. People love classic cartoons. Like, there's definitely a market of people that want to watch classic cartoons. So it's kind of weird that they're like making this choice to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Listen,
So
I
the
came on here and told y'all how happy I was when I found out Looney Tunes was on Max. I was friggin' ecstatic. I watched it for like a month.
Yeah. It's only no, they would be crazy to get rid of Looney Tunes. I was about to say it's only a while. It's only a matter of time before that's gone too, but that would be a really dumb decision. Um,
not to put my tinfoil hat on here, but there's speculation that they're removing these things and then going to license them out to other platforms. So that way they could make money off
make
of it instead
money.
of yeah.
Okay.
And you know what's even crazier with all these weird bundles going on? I bet you it's strategically going like the shows that they're gonna license out aren't gonna be like on the bundle package. You gotta like get
Yeah,
something else.
they're gonna sell it to a totally third party.
It's all about money.
Yeah. So go ahead
Everything
and
is
start picking up those physicals.
everyone is yeah, start buying those DVD box sets, although does anyone have a device in which to play DVDs on anymore? Oh,
Sure, the
I-
price of those is gonna go up.
do you have a disc version of your PS5, James, or do you have the digital only? Okay,
I
okay.
do.
I
I
think
got the disc.
I do too, actually. Yeah, so but soon there's not going to be any. There's not going to be like
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
PS5 Pro. The PS5 Pro doesn't have a disc drive, does it?
Nah.
they're really
Well,
trying to get
it's
rid of physical.
attachment.
I
Mhm.
feel like they're trying to get rid of physical right now, heavy, but people are trying to fight back on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Physicals, I think. Well, so actually, Crunchyroll is having a sale. It's called the Treat Your Shelf sale. So they're trying to load up
cute.
your shelf with physical. So they have manga and DVD box sets and Blu-rays on sale. So I
That's a
was
good
actually
name.
looking at picking up Dr. Stone season 1 because I like Dr. Stone a lot. So of course I've already been buying the JoJo's Blu-rays as they come out. And manga, I don't know if I'm gonna collect that. That takes up a lot of space. But
Does. So do DVDs though.
Blu-rays, yeah, Blu-rays. Well, they take up less space, but it still takes up space for sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, I need to
If I
load my
had
shelf up.
if I had to choose between the Blu-ray and the manga, I would probably choose collecting the manga in the biggest form I can get. Like if they have the big book.
The collector's box.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the Dr. Stone. They have a steelbook for the first season, but the next seasons don't have steelbooks. So that's actually why I didn't buy it yet. Because I was like, why would I buy one steelbook and then the next be not steelbooks? So if they had
Yeah.
some a uniform way, then I would do it. Just like the JoJo. So I didn't get the limited edition of any of them, but then I want the limited edition, but then the limited edition looks different. So then it doesn't look like a set on my shelf. So a little weird. Maybe I'm looking into it too much. But yeah, I am definitely getting my Blu-ray game up.
Nice. I don't have space to collect anything else. So until I have a spare room that I can turn into that I can line with bookshelves to fill with manga and Blu-ray, I will not be collecting physical copies of anything. But I want to though. I understand it. I definitely want to do it. But yeah, shame on Max.
Yeah, it's time to get our libraries up.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of libraries, we got confirmed news for all the JoJo fans.
Oh God.
Steel Ball Run is finally coming in English, the manga. So they're getting the English version, like the official English version.
Oh, the manga.
Yeah.
Not the anime. Oh, okay.
And we're still waiting on that
Heavy
news.
applause.
Still
Heavy
waiting on that one.
applause.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so that one I was about to buy the box set because I couldn't find it online anywhere. And I was like, oh, let me buy the box set. But it was only in Japanese. And I was like, why isn't this in English? So
Mhm.
as I was trying to read Steel Ball Run, I learned that it actually has not released officially in English yet. So now we know it's coming through Viz, which I happen to still be reading it online, but it's a translated version. So there
Mm.
maybe some inaccuracies. So maybe I'll have to read it again. Maybe I have to
Not
buy
that
the box set.
that's a problem for you. I'm sure you would love to read it again.
Yeah. Actually, so I restarted it because I had took too long to keep on finishing it. So I'm on chapter like 40 out of 75. So just about done with that too.
If you could read one manga for the rest of your life, would it be JoJo's?
It'll probably be One Piece.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh,
Okay. Good.
you
Good.
just
Yeah.
remind me of a question that I was supposed to ask you guys at the end of the nerdy things. Someone
Oh,
asked me
Mm.
this week, and it's a
okay.
really good question.
What is it?
If you can wipe your memory of any TV series, movie, book, and
Ooh, that's
reread
hard.
it, and what would it be? It's mine's is too easy. I gotta
I got to
go to
think
my
about
number
that.
two
I don't even
thing.
Yeah.
know.
The
Y'all can
predictions
guess
are
what
up for
mine
Attack on Titan for Jaja.
Of
is. So
course.
I have to think about what my number two thing is.
I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna come back with an answer for that next week.
Yeah, yeah.
I got to
It
think
was a
about it.
really good question.
Yeah.
It will probably be One Piece for me.
Of course.
Mm.
Of course. The One Piece.
I feel you on that.
I
Yeah.
feel like all the
You
One
know,
Piece fans would say that actually.
I'm getting to the point of like I'm like I kind of don't want to catch up now because like I feel like I was watching a video and it's like when they were saying when you catch up with One Piece, you just want more One Piece, and now it's kind of
That's
depressing.
it. That's facts. Now you gotta wait.
Yeah.
Well, he's been taking more breaks, so it's not even week to week. It's like couple chapters, take a break, couple chapters, take a break, which is not a bad thing. Definitely want to put your health first. The Hunter x Hunter author he's going through it currently, and then people are leaking that too because Hunter x Hunter's coming back. So
Yeah.
the next chapter to come out has already been leaked. So this
Yeah.
guy is fighting through his pain, and people are leaking his stuff. I guess it's because
Messed up.
JJK ended, so because they
Oh
that's
yeah,
what was getting heavily leaked.
JJK ended, and the people are not happy about the ending of JJK.
Not happy at all.
I forgot to mention this. I like started browsing through I started like reading the manga again. I read like 5 chapters. I don't know if I'm gonna continue to read it, but I kind of want to know what happens, just so like I know what I can look forward to or not look forward to in future seasons of the anime.
And avoid spoilers.
And
Uh-huh.
avoid spoil. Well, it's over now, so and I already all the big things were spoiled for me already, so whatever
They're
at this point.
spoiling One Piece for me left and right. It's like I just gotta enjoy the ride right now.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the person also was like, once they're eventually gonna reveal the One Piece, and once they do, watching One Piece is not gonna be the same anymore. Like it's gonna,
No, you
Mm,
definitely want to be caught up once that
yeah,
happens
yeah,
because there's going to
yeah.
be no avoiding it.
that's true.
So,
You
mhm.
gotta again, it's a race. It's a race toward the clock, Jaja. Either that or you have to like delete all your social media.
For real. No, it's
Don't
a
even
race to
step
the One Piece
outside.
for me.
Yeah,
I gotta speed it up too.
yeah. For sure. Well, while we're talking about anime, I would love to. So, DaDan, the first episode came out this past week. Uh, the internet is raving about this first episode. James, I would love to know what you thought of the first episode because I had a very opposite opinion of the majority of the
Oh,
internet.
we got a hot take, huh?
Is it a hot take? I thought the first episode was really weird, actually.
It was a little strange.
It was weird. So I was very so like and people on the internet are like, oh, the first episode was fire. They had no business going as hard as they did. I'm like, this was a weird episode, guys. What are we talking? Am I crazy? Like, it was so strange. It was weird. Did you?
Yeah, I think it's probably from like people that are already fans of the series because as
Yeah,
someone that has no familiarity with it, like I watched it and of course I'm interested in watching more, but it
yeah.
wasn't like super duper compelling to the level of like some of the more iconic first episodes. So like a AOT or a
hmm
Promised Neverland, it doesn't have me hooked like that where I'm like, oh, I got to
Yeah,
pick the manga up now. But I mean, I'm interested in watching more.
yeah. I just found a lot of things in that first episode weird, and
There was some weird stuff going on.
there was a lot of weird, questionable things going on that made me like slightly uncomfortable. I was like, okay. Somebody else on another thread was like, don't judge the series based off this first episode. So I'm like, all right, I will watch this. Like, I'll continue to watch it, but if it's continuing to be weird in that manner. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it, but we'll
I think
see.
it's a good enough. I heard
We'll,
the manga's a
yeah.
little.
But like, I mean, weird is okay, but like not weird in the way that that first episode was weird. But
I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it to see what y'all
we'll
talking
see.
about.
Did you like the animation,
But
James?
that's on my
Yeah, I didn't
list
mind
of
it.
things to read.
Wait, I'm sorry. What'd you say? I'm sorry, Jada. I didn't mean to cut you off. What'd you say?
No, I was just saying it's on my list of things to read, so I'm interested about how it was adapted.
Okay.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
hype had me interested in reading it because so many
yeah.
people were talking about it. I was like, man, I gotta read this thing. But
I know. People talking about this manga anime like it's the greatest thing ever to exist. I'm just like, okay. It doesn't, I'm not getting that vibe so far, but like it's only the first episode, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, people that read the manga are like very much fans of it. So it
I
is
mean,
interesting.
on the other hand, I am running to look for where they have this Wisteria manga. That's the next one I'm probably gonna read. They just jumped to the front of my list.
Mm. But
oh,
are you
just
gonna
get
watch?
caught up in Kaiju number 8.
Oh yeah. Whoo, Kaiju
Up to
number
date.
8 is super fire. Oh, I cannot wait today. That's probably like season 3 where we at, James?
Yeah.
Gotta be, yeah.
Yeah.
Jaja, you gotta watch DaDan
Yeah.
this week so that we can like keep up with it as it airs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll watch
Dan.
it.
I would love to know. Also, I was confused. I thought
Y'all-
I thought the main character's name was Dan, but
Can we talk?
it's not.
I need y'all to watch Wisteria this week.
Okay.
I need you to binge it.
Is it dubbed?
Please.
Oh, it's dubbed.
Yeah, it's dubbed. It's dubbed.
I can binge that.
You
Oh,
dub
man.
watchers.
I have so many things I
Oh
want to
yeah,
say
Dan
about
Dan
this
is
show.
dubbed. Man.
But yeah, watch Dan. Like, there's only one episode out, so it's gonna be super easy for you to just keep up with it, so we can just talk about it on a weekly basis as it comes out. Yeah.
And Blue Lock and Bleach are back.
Blue Lock and Bleach are back. I have not watched Blue Lock, and I'm very behind on Bleach, so I will not be watching either of those things.
Yo,
But
my Crunchyroll wants me to watch Blue Lock so bad.
I know, me too. Every time I log in, it's like right there in my face. Crazy.
I got an email notification about it.
Maybe I'll watch the first season. Maybe I'll try to see what the hype is behind all these sports animes. I'll see. I'll give it a try. I still owe James some JoJo's watching, so I'm also gonna watch that.
JoJo's.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see though. We'll
And then
see.
you gotta watch Penguin episode 1 at least. I gotta hear what y'all think.
I don't know. This is too much content. I don't know how I'm supposed to be expected to consume all of this.
I don't think it's gonna be your jam, Shannon, because you're not like
Probably
a
not.
gangster show person.
I'm not. So like that's
It's
probably
a gangster show. It's
Yeah,
like a
that's-
power,
Oh,
like a
they've piqued my interest then.
Sopranos. It's like it's one of those, James. It's one of those.
James will like it probably. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you're
Power
into that
ended,
kind of
so
thing.
I might gotta check out Penguin.
Dang, power's over. Great. But I'm sure another one's coming out. Isn't there like another derivative somewhere about to come out?
Shannon.
It could be.
Could be, huh?
Power never stops. That's the hashtag they go with.
Mm-hmm. They said
Um,
like 50 got like 20 shows in syndication right now, like on different networks. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
he's getting
Wow.
to it. Well, we gotta invite him on here.
Including I'm not gonna mention that. Moving on.
well, here's some news that absolutely no one wanted to hear or wanted. A live action Rugrats movie in the works. Similar to Sonic, live action with CGI babies. I'm like, who asked for this? Who asked for it? Who wants this?
Man, I hope that does so bad.
Does anybody do this? Like,
Come on,
that is
James.
so weird.
Don't do that. Come on.
Who's the target audience for this?
I mean, I don't want to see Rugrats 2024, but boy, do I love the freaking old Rugrats cartoon. It's like
Of course.
top 5 for me show when I was a kid.
Of course.
Love the Rugrats.
There's nothing like the original Rugrats.
So I don't know. I'm scared to death. I hope they don't butcher this, but they're gonna butcher it, and I just
mean,
hope they.
Did
I
they
just
not?
hope it's entertaining, man. But I'm not excited for it.
It's already butchered because they already remade the Rugrats in that weird CGI format that they remade it in. But
I didn't watch the one on Paramount. If that's the one you're talking about,
that's the one I'm talking about.
Okay.
No one asked for that either. I would just be content watching the original over and over until I die.
Mhm.
But why would
Why
they think
physically?
why would they think it was a good idea? I think I still have Rugrats on VHS actually. I'm gonna go get
Okay.
them converted into DVDs.
I know for sure you don't have a VHS player.
No, I don't. Well, actually, I think my family still has the VHS player. Yeah, I think so. I think we still have it. Um, just go pop it in there. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I think we do still have one somewhere collecting dust. Um, we have a lot of VHSs though. Like we have all of the original Pokemon, like the first season on VHS. We have a lot of
Oh,
stuff on VHS.
nice.
We have a
Don't
lot
let
of stuff on
Nintendo hear that.
VHS.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get the
But
converters.
we bought it though. We bought it.
Did you buy it or did you license it?
We but yeah, we have a lot of stuff on VHS. I have a lot of Sailor Moon on VHS. I have a lot of stuff on VHS, guys. It's great. Just in boxes collecting dust. I wonder if those are worth anything. Oh,
It might be.
gotta see. Gotta see. Like I have the first Pokemon movie on VHS. Is that worth something? I feel like that might be. We'll see. Um, wow, guys, VHS, is that even a word that people born in the year 2005 know about? Do they know what a VHS is? It's crazy.
Yeah, it don't look like these are worth much here, Shannon, but
Dang,
you tried.
I did try. I tried.
Yeah, people are selling them in like bundles of like 7 or 8 for like $12.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. But the point is, no one acts for this weird CGI live action Rugrats thing. I
Nah.
certainly will not be watching it, but I would love to see a trailer just to see what it looks like. But no one wanted that. No one at all. Um, remember back in the day, guys, when you used to go to video stores to rent VHS? You know, there was nothing like that time that we were growing up. What a great era we grew up in. I wish we could go back
It was
there.
lovely.
Those
It was,
blockbuster days.
yeah.
I might go to a
Blockbuster.
video store just to see what they got.
Do you have video stores around you? That's weird. Not weird, but like haven't seen a
Well,
video
it's not
store.
like a Blockbuster, but I mean they sell Blu-rays
Oh,
and DVDs.
okay.
Yeah.
Like a Best Buy? Like wait. I have
Kind of like
not
that.
seen a store in a while that just sells DVDs. I didn't
Yeah,
even
it's
think
like
they
a
made those anymore.
I don't even know what to call it, but like a collector's store basically. So they
Oh,
sell
okay.
stuff that people collect. Yeah. So
Maybe like
yeah,
Target,
games, video games,
Target.
I
Walmart.
guess.
They sell CDs.
Yeah, but that's what
Barely.
I'm saying. Like, no, but he's talking about a store that just sells.
Oh, like a music record store, like a oh man, what they used to call this record store. I'm thinking TJ Maxx, but that's not a record store.
No, it's not.
It's
Not even close.
Sam,
Yeah, it's called
Sam.
East Star Land. So they sell retro games, retro consoles, anime stuff, DVDs, VHS. Well, I mean they rarely get VHSs, but they do have them in there sometimes.
Mm,
And then just random anime merch and stuff like that.
nice. Nice. Yeah. It was a great era we lived in. I need to go find a video store that still exists over here. I'm sure there is one somewhere in New
Yeah,
York.
it's got to be.
Yeah.
Or just pull up to one of those booths at the con. Yeah, they have them at cons all the time.
They
Like
do have
sometimes
them
people will
at
come with
cons. They do.
like huge box of DVDs to sort through.
They do. I'm looking for the Deke dub of Sailor Moon. If anyone sees that anywhere on eBay or wherever, because that dub has been
Let's look it
widely
up.
erased from the world and it's very hard to find. I don't know why, but it's the best dubbed version and it's like gone from the internet. So if anyone happens to see it anywhere, hit me up. Let me know. Let me know how much they were selling it for. I will buy it. Thank you.
I think a good documentary idea would be the death of Blockbuster to Redbox to Netflix. They don't have that already.
Does something like that
Let's
not
get
already? I
working
feel
on
like
it.
something like that doesn't already. I feel like something like that has to exist already, right? Maybe
There
not.
has to be. It's
Yeah.
too easy, right? Of a subject.
It's so easy.
The
Yeah.
layout.
If not, I'll do it. I'll brush off my camera and do it myself. All right, guys. Anything else before we wrap up for this week?
Get those
So,
physical editions, folks.
Hmm?
Collect up your physical media.
Collect your physical media, even if you don't have any place to put it right now. Put it in a storage unit.
You could.
and boycott Nintendo and Sony right now. Xbox for life.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
Xbox is for the gamers.
Okay. Sony is like the Apple of video games, where it's like they can keep doing things that aggravate people, but people are still gonna buy their products.
All right, we'll
Probably
see.
so. Yeah.
But yes, If there's nothing else, guys, thanks again for joining us for another week of the podcast. As always, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Blerdsnerds, follow us on TikTok, Blerdsnerds_pod. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, send us an email, blerdsnerds@gmail.com, or listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your podcast listening app of choice. As always, I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Peace.